Hi, welcome back. We're going to start this problem with number 5 for the second part of our review for our Unit 6B test. So number 5, an 8.1-foot ladder leans against a house, forming a 30-degree angle with the house. Exactly how far is the base of the ladder from the house? Okay, so in this problem, I have my house, and I'm leaning a ladder against the house. My ladder is 8.1 feet. So this ladder right here is 8.1 feet. The ladder forms a 30-degree angle with the house. So the ladder touching the house forms a 30-degree angle. Okay? How far is the base of the ladder from the house? So I want to know what this distance is here. And we know houses and grounds, we get to assume that they're built correctly and they make that 90-degree angle. And I see a 30-degree angle there, which means this is a short leg in a 30, 60, 90 triangle. This is a long leg, and this is a hypotenuse. So I could use trig and say hypotenuse, opposite, adjacent, and I could use trig here, and that would work just fine. Or I could use my special right triangles. So let's look at both real quick. Okay, let's start with if I wanted to use my special right triangles. I know my short leg is half of my hypotenuse. So I'm going to take that 8.1 and divide it by 2. And I get 0.05. I just took my hypotenuse and divided it by 2 to get my short leg. My long leg is the short leg, 4.05 square roots of 3 for 30, 60, 90. Okay, exactly how far is the base of the ladder from the house? Well, the base of the ladder, house, I just needed this 4.05. I'm done. That's my answer. Okay, if we want to use trig, let's look at that one. So for trig, I would put my smiley face at the acute angle that I know, the 30 degrees, and coming out of that acute angle, I know I have a hypotenuse and an adjacent side. And then across from there is my opposite. SOHCAHTOA. Okay, for my SOHCAHTOA, I am working with my hypotenuse is 8.1 feet. And I'm looking for my opposite side, which we already found is 4.05. But if we haven't found it, my opposite side is what I'm trying to find. So I'm going to use the sine. I'm trying to find this side here. So my sine of 30 degrees equals opposite over hypotenuse. And we already found the opposite, but let's say we were still trying to find it because we forgot about 30, 60, 90 triangles. So that's like an x equals or over my hypotenuse, 8.1. Put the left side over 1 so we can cross multiply. X times 1 equals 8.1 times the sine of 30. (8.1) times the sine of 30 gives me 4.05, exactly the same answer. Either way, you can use your special right triangles, and then all I have to do is divide that hypotenuse in half to get my answer, or I can use trig. Both of them will work wonderfully. Okay, let's look at number 6. Number 6 is just a straightforward. I don't have to draw my own picture. They gave it to me. That's wonderful. So let's look at this one. I have my acute angle right here. It's not a special right triangle because it's 62 degrees and I need 30, 60, 90 or 45, 45, 90. So I do have to use trig on this one. Coming out of my smiley face, I know I've got a hypotenuse and an adjacent side. So my hypotenuse is the 11, which means the x over here is adjacent, and my smiley face is yelling across to the opposite side. SOHCAHTOA. All right, SOHCAHTOA. Let me get a green. I've got my adjacent side is what I'm trying to find, and I'm looking for the hypotenuse. So the trig function I want to use is the one that has the 2 check marks. That's going to be cosine. The cosine in regards to the 62 degrees is going to equal adjacent over hypotenuse. My adjacent is x over my hypotenuse is 11. Put the left side over 1. X times 1 equals 11 times the cosine of 62. Since x equals all of this, I can put this in the calculator. 11 times the cosine of 62 gives me an x value of 5.164 when I round correctly. All right, let's look at number 7. Number 7, I'm still looking for a side. I don't have a special right triangle, so I will have to use trig. So when I do this, I'm going to put my smiley face right here at the acute angle, 41 degrees. I know coming out of that smiley face, I have my hypotenuse and my adjacent side. The hypotenuse is across from that right angle. The other side that comes out of the smiley face is the adjacent side right next to my smile. And then yelling all the way on the opposite side of the triangle is this side with the 4. So katoa. The 2 sides that I'm working with are going to be, I know the opposite side is 4, and I'm trying to find the adjacent side. So the trig function that has both check marks out of sine, cosine, and tangent are going to be, or is going to be, the tangent function. So the tangent of 41 degrees is equal to the ratio of the opposite to the adjacent. My opposite side is 4. The adjacent side is the one I want to find. Notice my x is in the denominator this time. I know that means I'm going to have to divide after I cross multiply. Denominator, divide. So x times the tangent of 41 equals 4 times 1. So notice I have x times all of this equals. So I have to get x equals. I need to remove my tangent of 41 by dividing it out. Once I divide it out, now on the left-hand side, all I have left is just the x. On the right-hand side, I have 4 divided by the tangent of 41. That I can put in my calculator. 4 divided by the tangent of 41. I'm going to close that seatbelt to make sure I'm safe. And I get 4.601 when I round correctly. Okay, let's look at one more before we move on to the next video. Number 8, look at number 8, it's a little bit different. It says find the value of the marked angle, and there's a little Greek letter in there. That's going to be what we're looking for as being our marked angle, is this angle right here. That's marked, that's the one we're going to want to find, okay? The little Greek letter there. So that is where my smiley face is going to be. I know since I'm trying to find an angle on this one, I am going to be doing the inverse instead of cross multiplying. Okay, I'm still going to label my triangle the same. Coming out of my smiley face is my hypotenuse and my adjacent side. Across from the right is my hypotenuse, which means the other side coming out of the smile is the adjacent side. Okay, and then the smiley face is yelling all the way to the opposite side of the triangle. Let's look at so katoa. All right, so adjacent is 6, and my opposite is 9. So the trig function I want to use out of sine, cosine, tangent is the one with 2 check marks. I'm going to go with tangent. Remember, we're looking for an angle, so I'm going to use the inverse tangent. So that's the tangent with the little -1 there. And inside my parentheses, I'm going to put the ratio of the opposite over the adjacent. My opposite is 9. My adjacent is 6. I'm going to close those parentheses, and that is going to give me the angle that's marked with the little Greek letter. Okay, so this can go straight in my calculator. To get the inverse tangent, the tangent with that little -1, see it's written in blue. So we're going to hit the second first and then the tangent, 9 divided by 6, put my seatbelt on, and when I hit enter, I get the angle is equal to 56.3. And since I have 0.9, I could put 10 degrees or put just 0.31 degrees. Or most of the time, we've been rounding our angles to just 56 degrees. Tomorrow, it's probably going to be multiple choice. And so whichever one is going to be the closest rounding correctly is the one you're going to want to choose as your best answer. Okay, all right, in the next video, we'll come back and we will pick up with number 9. Thank you so much for watching.